So thank you so much for joining me this morning. The first thing that I'd really like you to do is give a brief overview of PhenUtest Diagnostics and what it is that you do.
Sure. Just before starting, I would like to say Innovation Challenge was a massive help, a great event, and I'm pretty sure going forward, more of the companies would find it way more useful, just like we did, and great organization again. Moving forward, talking about PhenUtest, we are a rapid diagnostic company. So we are trying to develop a point of care urinary tract infection diagnostic kit that will provide you with the correct diagnostic of UTIs, if it is a positive or a negative UTI, included with the antibiotic that will cure it within 1 hour from receiving the sample. So the patient walks into the GP's clinic, gives the sample within an hour at the point of care, receives the correct antibiotic and walks out, speeding up the process from, current practices, which takes about 3 to 4 days to be practical.
Very impressive. And I'm sure that the audience and the judges on the night equally agree with me that the real need for that innovation is seen throughout. So great to hear a little bit more about who PhenUtest are and what you do. So if we go back to before the Innovation Challenge, the Innovation Challenge is the first of its kind for this year, the first time we ever pulled together the process of educational-based workshop and networking events and a final event, including the challenge, which you were very lucky to win, or probably not so lucky to win because you make your own look. And I think you worked very hard to pull off the pitch that you delivered on the evening. It was absolutely fantastic. So if we rewind a little bit further back, why did you apply for the Innovation Challenge in the first place?
Well, honestly, I was looking at, the agenda, the competition and the classes that it covered. Starting a company which has literally spun out from my PhD, you need some kind of a backing from the outside judges, people who have seen this entrepreneurship world before, and give you a little bit of confidence that you're progressing in the right direction. More than winning the challenge, it's a little bit of a backing from already experienced individuals that you are looking forward to. And then, always a little bit of a prize money and a little bit of PR is a boost for a company like us. Considering we were in the phase of raising the investment, a small competition like Innovation Challenge has massively helped us in securing that money through.
And that's great to hear. I think the aim that you were looking to kind of move through the challenge in the workshop stage and submit an application and hopefully get those extra things from the workshops and the final event. So how did all of that help you, how has it helped you since the challenge?
Honestly, the workshops were great, and it was so long ago that it's hard for me to remember since the things have moved on really fast. But from the Innovation Challenge itself, things have really changed for us. Now that I look back to it, we won the challenge. We got a great support package. We had likes of OPD, CFO Center, Red Merlin, Bulb Studios talk to us. I think we'll come back to talking about them in more detail as we move on. But it has literally pivoted us into moving like a more of a company, more of a business rather than a startup. I think at this point we can say that we are a small business rather than just a spin out of the university. And to make that statement is a big progress. And I think Innovation Challenge has helped us massively in that transformation.
And that's absolutely fantastic to hear, Dr. Jindal, because that was kind of what we wanted to achieve right at the very beginning. And I'm sure the partners and supporters of the Innovation Challenge will be very pleased to hear that. Okay, so we'll come back to the individual prizes in a few minutes, when we would love to hear a little bit more about how those partners have helped. But first things first, you mentioned about the prize package and the overall prize money. What did you do with that? How did that help PhenUtest?
Honestly speaking, we are a diagnostic company. So the liquid cash of 5,000 pounds does give us a little bit of a boost, but it doesn't take you a long way in terms of a diagnostic company. However, what comes with it is the support package that you guys offered. And when I'm talking about the support package, I'm not just talking after the innovation challenge. The workshops that you also included before the innovation challenge, both of them combined have helped us massively. Right here in front of me, I've got a piece of small little cartridge that I could probably zoom in.
Yeah.
So we had biology secured. We had no idea what we are doing in terms of cartridge or the chambers, which will actually be the test kit that will be going into the instrument. OPD has helped us massively. Considering the fact that we are talking, we have a cartridge, at least an alpha prototype, and we have got some chambers to test our product, just shows you that the partners that you provided were not just for the sake of a price, but they actually did deliver. And this is all free work. This is all coming out of the support package. CFO Center has been brilliant. We've had a chat with Red Merlin and Bulb Studios, and they will, continue to help us forward. So all in all, this nutshell, it looks like a small cash prize and some support package like you announced on the stage. But when it comes to reality, it really boosts a company's development.
That's great. Absolutely fantastic to hear. The actual support package itself in terms of time and support from the partners it's just fantastic to hear that it's actually happening, it's helping, and it's helped you to accelerate forward. So just to kind of run back through those partners, the prize in terms of the cash itself came from ourselves with support from Freeths, so huge thank you to them. You also were introduced to the FD and CFO Center, which I'm sure they will provide support when it comes to all of those numbers and financial models, etc. Bulb Studios, great that you have the opportunity to rely on them for all of your digital and web marketing, etc. OPD, it sounds like you've had a huge amount of support from OPD when it comes to product development. So it's super to hear that, and great that OPD were able to provide that support to you. And of course, Red Marlin for the PR and extra support around moving into the commercial stage. So absolutely great to hear all of that. And it's lovely to hear that every partner has had the opportunity to help and support.
I might just add, sorry to block you there. I might just add one line over here. The liquid cash prize that was awarded to us, 5,000 pounds, that's equivalent to 6 months of lab expenditure. That consumable cost, you can say, that we have to pay for carrying on our experiment. So I'm not saying that money is, not useful. I'm just, kind of comparing it with the support package. The support packages are much bigger help. But even just talking about the cash price, that's 6 months of, consumable cost, which is great.
Great. And I think, as you've said, putting it all together, it's very powerful as a support package. So it's lovely to see that has actually worked and helped you move to this point. Thank you for that. Okay, on top of those support package final areas that you've worked on, have you managed to make any other long-term connections throughout the Innovation Challenge, or perhaps a fellow finalist that you've been working with?
To be honest, we've been very busy. So, going back and talking to fellow finalists hasn't been my strong suit. However, I always want to go back after a year and talk to them and see where they have been, considering they have got such cool innovations, and I'm really looking forward to what they're doing. In terms of long connections from the support package itself, we try to hire a CFO for ourselves. We are trying to give a long quotation to OPD to continue the development of cartridge. So I think in terms of business partners, we have gained quite a lot. And in terms of fellow competitors and how well I'm connected with them, I think I slightly lagged behind. You guys definitely provided the support, but I'll come back to it and like I do in 6 to 8 months of time, go back to them and see how they're doing and probably have a meetup.
So there's more to come. Absolutely. That's great.
Absolutely. This is a rolling thing. It doesn't stop.
Good to hear. Okay. Okay. So back to PhenUtest then. Finally, what's next?
So we have come very far from where we were. When we were talking with you, we were doing some initial biological experiments, had an idea where our technology was going, and rest every single bits and pieces were yet to be combined. Now we've got a solid technology team, we've got a CTO, we've got a good partnership with an external collaborator. We'll be moving our company, so we'll have sorry, let me rephrase this because there's so much to talk about. So for PhenUtest, the next is the technology development. We have proven our biology. We are in talks with big diagnostic companies to validate our technology, which is in process. We are developing our cartridge, we are developing our instrument. So next step is definitely to make an alpha prototype and run our biological samples in the alpha prototype, which is again very much supported by external collaborators that were introduced with this competition. We also might be moving locations very soon, so we are expanding for sure, which is always a great sign for a developing company. And we have set up clinical trials with HCA labs in London. So we'll be running multiple tests in an actual diagnostic lab to check our accuracy, sensitivity, and specificity, which is critical for any FDA filing. You need to do these tests beforehand. So future looks very hardworking and very good. So it will be busy, but it will be great.
And you're certainly not afraid of hard work.
Absolutely not. In a startup world, you can't be.
No, absolutely. Okay. Thank you for giving us an overview of where you are, how the Innovation Challenge has helped, and also your next steps. It's absolutely brilliant to hear that. So if you were talking to a business who was thinking about applying for the Innovation Challenge, what would you tell them?
I would say do not think about winning. Just use the amount of exposure and opportunity that you've been provided with the Innovation Challenge. There are workshops before the challenge, which will massively help you understand how your business is developing. And once you put yourself on a pedestal where you compete with other technologies, some of the finest from different sectors, you will actually understand where you stand, what you need to do, what are the next steps. It is not about winning. Moving forward, you will apply to multiple competitions. You will win some of them. It's about getting maximum and using it to develop your business. And I would say Innovation Challenge provides more than enough for you to expand or develop at least 10 times from where you are.
Thank you. That's very kind. So it's very important for me to say then that we are delighted to announce that we will be running version 2 of the Innovation Challenge, which will take place in a similar format. And we will be launching that very soon over the next few weeks and certainly into the first part of 2023. So for any of you that are looking to apply for the Innovation Challenge and hoping to mirror the efforts of Dr. Jindal and his team, then we will be running a second version of the Innovation Challenge, which will have workshops followed by a final showcase event. So if you are looking to apply or gain some further support, please do keep an eye on the TBAT website and LinkedIn page for further information. Dr. Jindal, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to continuing to work with you over the next few months, and hopefully you may even come along to the showcase event next year to tell us how much further you've got with your development.
Absolutely, and I would love to see new technologies. And just one final note, apart from everything that has been that will be advertised on your website for workshops, price packages, and everything. The TBAT team on the background is brilliant, and they will help you with any help that they can provide. So do not worry and do not hold back yourself contacting them for any external support. They're more than happy to. They have helped us and they will help you. So just ask, and they will keep on supplying with all the help that they can. Thank you very much and good luck.